Hello, viewers. My name is Michael once again, and I want to appreciate all those who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. As you understand, it's actually a means of free information for you to get you prepared for coming to Russia for whatever purpose you got visa for, either for study permit, visiting, tourism, business, or direct employment. I've always made emphasis on, I think one of my videos I made emphasis on repatriation and how to possibly avoid that. But it's like most people don't actually like going through free channels, where we discuss a lot about these in-season issues that is more or less like a virus in most countries. You have to understand that getting a visa to any country does not give you a guarantee or access at the border. It means you still have to pass through other means of verification. Okay, like Russia, because of what is happening, you should understand that anyone coming in for whatever purpose will be tentatively seen as a threat, to national security. So it's important for the immigration control to ensure that you go through another process of interview, okay, for them to be as certain that you are not going to be a threat to national security. I have gotten report of people who also wrote me personally, those who even got scholarship were denied visa, one, and those who got visa, some of them were not allowed to come in. You should understand that this is only accustomed to citizens of Nigeria, so to speak, because I have other news from other areas of Africa, West Africa, North Africa, southern part of Africa or South Africa, Eastern Africa, and they are not actually going through this process. I think that the reason is because some people are actually been groomed to be lousy. When you get an information, they want to bring their own opinion, and they want to bring some form of argument, against policies of countries. Let me just be specific about Russia. I told some people in my last video, in one of the videos I made, I said it's important for your own, safety, for your own assurance of access at the Russian border, either in Moscow or St. Petersburg. It's important for you to possibly delete your WhatsApp messages, deactivate your WhatsApp, because there are some messages you might have exchanged with anyone without you knowing that you have exposed yourself to some certain keywords that have been put in place, because once you come into Russia, they have to, get access to your phone. They collect your phone. You don't even have to give them the PIN or password. They just collect your phone. There are certain keywords they look for. The system, once it's connected, it automatically brings out certain keywords. And if this is, repetitive, that means there is a problem. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's just like how you want to search for something in Google and you put some certain keyword and it brings out a lot of sites, that's accustomed to whatever you're searching for. Then you start getting, results, and start selecting which one you think is okay for you, which one you think is not having enough information. So to speak, the same way when they have access to your phone. I'm only creating an imaginary scenario here. Of course, Russia is full of modern technology. No one needs to understand whatever language you speak, whether English, whether Arabic, whether French. The most important thing is for them to have access to it. And, the software attached to this can easily convert whatever language to Russian language and bring out the selected, keywords that are actually to national security threat. It could be anything. It could be any discussion. Japa is more or less right now something that is actually a new word language vocabulary that everyone is used to right now. Japa simply means absconding, and some people attach some other meanings to it. So it's different reasons. I'm trying to paint a scenario right here. So, and when you get into the Russian Federation, two things can happen: either you are deported, okay, or your visa is cancelled. If you're deported, you are still safe. If your visa is cancelled and you see a stamp with FSB, that simply means you are a threat to the national security of the Russian Federation and her people. And sometimes when you are coming here, it's very important for you to always prepare yourself, so as not to constitute nuisance the way they will view you that way. You know what? That infiltration of terrorists, infiltration of suicide bombers, as is what experience, or those shooters in Moscow, was actually, through same border process, where they ignored that certain people like students cannot, they have other missions, they cannot come in here, to constitute nuisance. So because of that, the border security is very tight at the moment. They have diverse opportunities, for Africans, for migrants, policies that are actually going to help you to establish yourself and guarantee your future. But the problem is that most people are abusing it, okay? And that is why there are stricter policies. Now, coming to the second scenario, if you're being repatriated and your visa is cancelled, then you can go through appeal process. I'm going to discuss the appeal process, okay, after this break, because it's going to take a lengthy period, okay? And not just as a student. Of course, if you're coming in for tourism and your visa is cancelled, there's no need of you wasting money going back to the embassy to get your visa and buying such an expensive ticket just for tourism, 2 times. It's just better you forget about it. If you're coming for any special purpose, okay, whether for direct employment, you got an offer, or you're coming as a student and your visa is cancelled, then I can advise for you to go through the appeal process. It's going to take some time, but of course there'll be certain consideration, and you can. And one other thing you have to understand is, if you get to the airport and you're being questioned in Russian language or in an English medium that you think the person is not understanding the way, understanding the way the communication is going, it's better you seek for advice. Say, please, can I get someone who can, speak to me in English that I understand? You get it. Not with pride, because Russia, they have pride in their language. English is not their lingua franca. It can be a lingua franca enough in some part of West Africa, and doesn't mean you should show pride and what they call it, and speak more authoritatively because it is your first language. This is not their first language. You have to respect that as well when you come in. So it's better you speak politely, or take your phone, make a translation, and say, please, can you just speak while this device translate for me, and they will understand that your politeness and everything. Coming in as a student, if your bag is not such, good, but you should be prepared to show evidence that you're a student. Your admission letter, your acceptance, if it's scholarship, if it's tuition based, you should still have some money. Even if you're on scholarship, at least still have some money, $1,500, $2,000, so it will not look like you're going to depend on stipend that the government will still pay you. You understand what it is when some African countries are speaking ills about a country, and yet this same country is still sponsoring them, through quality education. And you don't expect, of course, at least 2% of the citizens, to be happy about that. Just like the way, let's not really go into politics or economic index of countries at the moment. Let's just focus on what we're talking about. So I'll come back again, okay, after this short break, and tell you the process of appeal, okay? God bless you all. Thank you. So welcome back. It's dark here, but it's fine. I just want to do this video because I have the urge, to ensure that we correct some norms, Now, the first thing you have to do is, as a student, or if it's private visa, you should write to your sponsor. But as a student, of course, the university is the one responsible for you, so they are more or less your guarantor or sponsor. Write to them, make them understand the situation. That's exactly writing to the International Student Office, and thereafter write to the Federal Migration Services. Every city have their central Federal Migration Service, so depending on your city or where your university is located or whatever state is located. And sure, you also write to the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs, okay? While doing this, you can copy them and also copy the Russian embassy in your country. Attach all your documents, like means of identification, that's your passport, the visa that was issued and cancelled, possibly your visa fee, and student admission or acceptance letter, and you can also write a letter of guarantee, from your family, to show that you are going to be a responsible person, okay, and you give them the assurance, through so and so, family members and all that. So this is just to serve as a guarantee, that you're going to live within the confine of the law, and also because now there's a false impression about you. There's a false impression, and the only way you can clear this doubt is to ensure that you submit more document to ensure that the Russian government that you're not a national security threat or a threat to national security, so to speak. So if you put all these things together, make submission, a reissuance of visa could take 20 working days. In some cases, it could be 2 weeks. Some cases, 1 week. Visa has been issued already. So they're trying to reissue it, and the university can give a guarantee that, yes, they are still expecting you. And in a case, it is also better, because it could be lengthy at times. It's also better to, first and foremost, while looking at the whole situation, you can as well defer your admission, defer your acceptance. Okay, it's possible, so that they will re-enlist you for the next intake. Even if you have scholarship, try to defer and see if the university can still maintain the same scholarship, for you, because they're responsible for it. They have seen that you met with the criteria, so there's no need of them denying that possibilities or access, because of what has actually happened. So ensure that you follow all these steps, and along the line, you can also get a representative, get a lawyer, someone whom that you're ready to pay for their fees. Okay, there is nothing like free services here. Okay, nothing like free services here. I don't know, there could be, but I have not come across any. Okay, so try to search for one. If you can come across one, try search for one. Please don't write me to help you search for any. I'm so sorry, because there are certain things I've done recently, because I have followers on YouTube, and it's sometimes I'm beginning to regret some of it. I just want to make sure I point out the necessary things, free details here. That is all. Okay, like helping, I've helped some people to also recover some money, and I think our people are actually, I'm sorry to say, not really, I don't know. So I want to stop that, please. So if somebody took your money or anything in Russia, please, I'm so sorry, don't write me about that. You can always Google, write to the university responsible for your admission and or whatever tuition fee. They'll be able to help you out. Okay, and please, every information I'm giving to you here is for free. It doesn't mean I'm not a service provider. If you come to my WhatsApp, any reference to whatever I've discussed, I'm only going to refer you back to the video to watch it. I am not monetizing this. It's not necessary. Even if I have 1 million followers, I'm not monetizing it. I'm okay, but I won't be repeating the same thing on WhatsApp. Okay, because sometimes I hardly have time to sleep. I just want to attend to everybody's problem, and it's not possible. I cannot be the Messiah, but Christ is the only Messiah. I can only give you what I have at the moment. You go to the YouTube channel. If you have missed some of my topics, go back to them, read through them, listen through them, and afterwards you can now decide on what you want to do. But if you're coming to my WhatsApp, it's strictly for my own personal business, and I will not want to use my regular business hours or time for me to rest to start consulting and attending freely, please. Okay, I can only guide you. I'll keep doing that, but there are certain hours I'm going to release, for such communication, because I have other things I'm also doing. You need to understand that, so that we'll not abuse this privilege. I appreciate you, of course, as followers. I appreciate you. I appreciate so many people. I appreciate the likes of Mr. Olumide, who has been making, a lot of references and also assisting. I appreciate so many people from Gambia, a lot of people. I can't just mention all the names, but I think in my next video I'm going to mention all the names. These are people who also have large hearts, based in Nigeria, based in Sierra Leone, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Gambia. I'm going to mention names soon. God bless you all. They are also assistant fellow Africans. They're also Pan-Africanists, believe in the Pan-Africanism movement, just to liberate our people. But at the same time, our people should not misuse the privilege, just to ensure that we keep passing this from one generation to the other, to keep assisting ourselves. You understand? So God bless us all. Please keep subscribing, keep following, keep, whatever topic you want me to talk about, please place it in here. At the end of the video, I'm going to write the emails of whatever department you need to write to at the Federal Migration Services or at the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Russia. Okay, the embassy email in Abuja, Cameroon, Ghana, and the rest, so that in case of repatriation, you know what to write to them. And And the entrance for most people from other African countries has actually been very smooth. But I think with Nigerians, visa is becoming hectic, coming is becoming hectic because you are not following instructions. Sometimes we think we know it all. No, you need to follow instructions. You need to abide by rules. You don't do it the way there's no law or something. You don't do things lawlessly. Abide by rules. Okay? Don't challenge anyone. Smile. Be friendly. Don't do it like it's your right because you have a visa. No, it is not your right yet. Even if you come in, it's still not your right. You can still be a threat to national security. Okay? God bless us all. I pray our Federal Republic will be greater someday. Keep watching, keep subscribing. More topics will come. Thank you. Bye.